Perkins.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. I thank the Home Secretary for the really important steps that she's announced today. Nothing must come in the way of victims getting justice or being listened to, or for us learning all that we can about how we protect the victims of the future. So can my right honourable friend tell us, in terms of the approach that she is taking today, if there are lessons that come out of these individual local inquiries that are repeated across the country that enable us to be better able to protect victims in the future, how are we going to coordinate getting those? And in terms of the question that she's just been asked, can she just explain why she believes that the sort of statutory footing isn't the right way to go, and the localised way that she's suggesting will actually ensure we get to the truth?
Well, he's right that we need to make sure that there is a proper follow-up where there are recommendations. So there have been over 500 different recommendations, particularly actually predominantly around child sexual exploitation, with many more around child sexual abuse much more widely. There currently isn't a proper process to be able to follow them up. It's one of the reasons why the independent inquiry talked about strengthening child protection arrangements, for example, through Child Protection Authority, and having stronger arrangements in that way. It's one of the other reasons why we have said we need a new performance framework for policing in order to be able to have proper follow-up. We obviously have had already a statutory 7-year inquiry into child sexual abuse, and also a statutory 2-year investigation into child sexual exploitation and grooming gangs. Those reports have came out with really important recommendations, but one of the things that they identified was that, particularly on the issues around the gangs, there simply wasn't enough evidence or data to be able to do further work and further investigations, and that is why the next step has to be to have the national audit, the rapid audit that we have asked Baroness Casey to undertake in order to be able to get a much more extensive assessment of the prevalence and also scale of the nature of child sexual exploitation across the country.
So